Good afternoon everyone, it's Rachel here and we are doing Roxy's weekly challenge. So today we are going to make these. I found these in my stash and we are going to make those. I had used a purchased envelope, but today I don't think I have any flying around. So today we're going to make our own little sort of like Glassine envelopes. So what we want to do is we're going to trim it down, but first of all do a fold. Oh my goodness, how crooked is that at the top? I'll start down over here. Oh no, I have to do this. So we're not starting off very well, but we need to line it up and crease. Okay, fold there. And then this is going to be the bottom bit, and I'm kind of reinforcing it. So it's the type of thing you can make a few at a time. So I'll grab a bit more, and you can make them out of anything, but I'm making them out of tracing paper because that way they're transparent and they're imitating vellum or glassine envelopes. So then up there, you're doing it into 3. So this is just to reinforce here. Let's move these out of the way. And then we want our flap. Now you don't want to do your flap flush there because you're going to have pages in. So we need to leave probably about 1/2 inch gap, 1 centimetre, 1/2 inch gap. Not exactly straight, but good enough. And then I'm going to trim off, because I don't need my envelope to be that big, about 1 1/4, about 1 inch, 1 1/2 inch off. Oh, I think I chopped off too much. Doesn't matter. And then we're going to fold. So let's go through it again. Little fold up here, and that's going to be glued down. This is our flap of the envelope. Now we want to do these side bits because that's what we're going to glue down. So a little fold there. It's probably, look at that, 1/2 inch. And then here, and you can make them as big or as small as you like, 1/2 inch. Okay, so here we want to get rid of this and this to the crease and cut at an angle there. And we'll do a few, we'll do 3. So that way you can see it 3 times. So do the same on the other side. Cut it off at an angle so it's not overhanging. And cut there at a diagonal, like so. Then we might, I didn't do it in mine, but we might keep this piece. It's be easier to keep that piece than this piece, actually. I did keep that piece. No, I'm going to keep that piece so it looks like an envelope. So we're taking the piece off here and the sides off this one as well. So we need to cut there at an angle, and then we need to cut here very slightly at an angle, very slightly at an angle. Get rid of those. And then here, and take this one off. I like to cut it folded, it's a little bit easier. You just got to remember to, whoops, I've cut too much. Anyway, we'll just go with it, and there we go. So then, this, you can either glue this here, but you only need to glue up to there, or ideally that onto there. I've done it both ways. I think that works better. You could use double-sided tape. I'm not messing with double-sided tape. So I'm going to do all my folding on another 2. And then we'll move on to the next process. So it's the sort of thing that you can streamline a little bit. So I'll fold this one as well. You could use it, grab your bone folder. Just going to turn it around there. Oh no, this is my flap, sorry. This feels a bit thicker. This might be a different paper. I think this is more of a vellum. That's a tracing paper. This is a vellum. It's a bit thicker. Doesn't matter. So do my folding, and then I will do my cutting. They're not all the same. It doesn't really matter. Okay, trim these. These will be just a little bit more resistant to the folding because they're thicker. Just eyeballing it, doesn't really matter. These are going to keep, I think these could be really nice little belly bands to hold something closed, or yeah, I think we'll use those. We'll upcycle those in another video somewhere, sometime. Put them in the to-do box. Okay. Let's grab this and just do our folding. Okay. So then, yeah, this is more vellum. This is going to be a little bit harder to fold, but where there's a will, there's a way. So, like that. Not exactly the same. Do this one. I'm not being overly precise. So how is everyone today? I just got cracking because I knew what I wanted to do. Okay, right, so top and bottom we're chopping off, remember? This one I might cut open. I'm cutting very, very slightly. I'm left-handed. I'm cutting to the left of my crease and then coming down and trying to arrive where they join there. And then I actually could just do one fell swoop and snip that off. That's one. Do the same here. I do prefer tracing paper. It's just a little bit easier to manage. Ow, sorry guys. And then again, snip here and there. I'm not worried too much about this up here, what it's looking like, because that's going to be covered. If I were making my own Glassine style envelopes, this I would fold over like so, and then trim them the same and round it so it looked like an envelope. But that's going to be covered. We won't see that, so I'm not worried about it. Sometimes, like with this type of thing, if you're not sure where to cut, you may need to watch it again. So we're just cutting the flappy bits off, the top fold and the bottom fold, not the middle fold. Okay, that's that one. And here. And the top, this one up here. Okay, now we can do our gluing. So, I've got a tension, I've got a warm patch on my sort of between my shoulder and my neck because I get tense and I can feel it pulling. It's like kind of a little bit sore, but sort of pulling. It's kind of annoying. So I need to glue here. That's just, actually with this one I probably didn't even need the fold down because it's pretty strong, but that just reinforces that bit. Then I want to glue this onto there. I don't really want to use wet glue, so I'm just going to do my best. Eyeball it. So I'm just running this along. You can't really control how wide, like how far in you put your glue stick, but that'll be okay for our purposes, just to get the job done. That one that was the one I cut it in a bit. But there's my little envelope. My little transparent envelope. So let's do this one. Very bad cutting. And I want that to go on top. So I need to put my glue here. Look at all the glue everywhere. I'm not using like a really wet glue because it curls and crinkles. It's really hard to manage then. It doesn't have the nicest look. Now we don't want blobs. Get the blobs off. Just put your fingers on there and keep those down flat. Okay. And then we need to do the last one. Let me just fold this over so I don't have such sticky paper. Ah, this is nice and thin. I like the thinner tracing paper more. It's also more transparent, and it's closer to what it reminds me of what a Glassine bag is. And then here, go down there. Okay. Oh my goodness. Just going to get rid of that. Oh, huge amount of glue. And then just put your finger on there and push it down, and hopefully I'm not going to glue it shut. Okay, so the next job is we do attach something to the flap. But what I want to do first, I think, while the flap is not so, because I'm going to attach, I've got 2 pieces here. We'll cut some more. These are just glue papers, but they fit nicely onto there. But I don't want to put those on yet. I think I want to put a few little pages in. Now, I'm not organized. I did not organize any papers or anything. So you just have to bear with me. I'm going to have this paper. We'll grab a few of these. How many do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Will I get 4 done? Anyway, we'll try. I'm going to grab this paper. We'll have 3 sheets of paper in there. I have decided. I've got a little bit of, I don't know if I have enough, but I have some straw paper here if I can grab it. I've got a few scraps. Now, how is that going to be? Well, it doesn't matter if it's small. I have this old piece of paper there. We can use that. And, okay, we'll have enough of that. And something else. What did I put in my other one? Oh, a little bit of book page. That's just a glue paper. That was just not even an exciting page. Oh, I know what I have. I have my rag paper here. Let's grab 4 of these. I mean, this has been floating around for yonks. So we'll do 4 of these sideways. It's just a little cute notebook. Just because. Okay. Right, so we've got our 3 pages. Let's size them. That's got glue on it. I'm going to have to trim that. So let's just fix that up. I would have liked to have kept those edges, but it's really chunky glue. Someone's been gluing those pages. I think those pages are going to be all right. Let's go here. If we fold this, how is that going to go? Good. Okay, let's do this. Tear that. Fold that. So that's going to be a short. Oh, we could do it. Doesn't really matter. We'll do it like that. Just fold them in half. We need to trim them down because they'll be too tall. And we need 4. These were just scraps of straw paper that I had. I don't remember what from. That one. That's not already folded, so we'll have that one. And that one. And then here, we can fold these. And we'll size them in a minute. So you can have as many pages as you want. Bearing in mind, we're going to staple them in. So you don't want them to be... you know, too many. You don't want too many pages because you won't be able to cut them. So let's put the pages in. I might put them in like this, and then I might cut them all together. I wonder if I can do that. So there. Well, does it matter if they're not the same height? Fold this one. That will go in the center. It's just a little fun thing to play with. Put that one in there, like so, and then put that in here. And let's put a pencil marking. So I put it in, I've got a bit of a few millimeters there, so I've got a pencil marking and I can trim this. One, and then I kind of don't want those to be, although I can fold them in. We might fold them in. they can be folded in. So let's do that. So you could add something there if you wanted to. So that's that one. And those pages are going to fit in there. Good. Oh, the tension. Sorry, guys. This one. Any good scraps? They're not really. Oh, they're pretty good scraps. I'll keep that. Put that over there. Okay, let's do all our folding with these ones too. The hiccups. I thought there was another one. Is that one? Oh, it's one. I need to pull out another one. Anyway, I'm going to put that one on the outside this time. And that one on the inside. Grab this. I'm measuring each individual one because not all of my envelopes are, I don't doubt that they're exactly the same. If I cut just below there, it'll be perfect. Perfect is a stretch of the imagination, isn't it? You know what, I might just trim a little bit off this one. So that can go in there. Good. Then this one. Oh, I've got heaps more. Anyway, we'll do 4. The other ones I can put aside for another day. So this one's going to have this paper, that paper, and I quite like this one on the outside. And you'll see why I want to do this first. And I'm really, thank goodness, I'm saying to myself, thank goodness you thought about that, because otherwise it makes life a little bit more difficult. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. Okay, and then this one I'm going to use, instead of having the book page, this one's just going to have the old plain rag paper, which is equally as lovely. Put that one in there. Grab this envelope. Okay, so about the height of that paper. That one I made a little bit smaller. So you can do long ones, you can do narrow ones, you can do whatever you like. Okay, so that's that one. So my next job then is, I could have made them a bit smaller, but it doesn't matter. My next job then is I'm going to grab a couple of paper clips, I think. I like the little ones if I can get them. 1, 2. And we're going to slide it into the crease. Hold it up when you're paper clipping it. There and there. And I'm going to grab my stapler. It's not going to reach, but it's nice and soft. So if I had added this on, that's rigid and I would have had trouble stapling it. Whereas with the papers, I can just roll them in like that. Go in here. And now I think I want to put my staples on. Have the nice bit on the outside, just fold them in like that and try to staple on the crease. I'm just going to go twice, there and there, and we've put paper, oh, not quite, but anyway, it is what it is, it's all right. And there we have some pages attached to the envelope. Now you can have it going that way or you can have it going that way. I did them that way, which is kind of backwards, because you open it like that, but maybe we'll do them this way. I don't have any direction, nothing's directional, so it doesn't matter. So that's one. And you could even leave it like waterfall like that and not have anything attached on the flap, but I am going to attach on the flap. I think I'll go like this and then just roll that in very slightly. You don't want to go in too far because then you'll staple it like that. It's just so you can get, I mean, you might have a long, what do they call it, like a long arm Oh, of course I ran out of staples, didn't I? A long arm stapler, but I don't. So I need to, I can only put one in at a time. There's a little flower in it. It's not like my other stapler where I can put many in. I can only put one group in. Yeah, you might have a long arm one, and then you don't have to have that little crease happening. I did a better job on that one. That's that one. Very easy, but fun. And I have not done these for years. I don't know when I made my little sample that I found in that pack of stuff that I have left over from another Christmas. I don't know when I actually did those, but I don't think I did them last year. Oh, I might have, who knows. But I haven't done them for a really long time. Well, not last year, the last Christmas. Yeah, last year. Could have been the year before, who knows. You just don't know. You can do your creasing with this. It's that one, and then this one. And these are going to be very nice in those bags, in those loaded bags. Okay, so in the crease, paper clip. Did I catch it? Oh, just. It might move. The other ones were good because this was on the other side. It was here, not inside. Anyway, we'll see how we go. It'd be quite typical of me not to do a good job. I'm struggling here. Oh, because I've got that. I don't need that there. That needs to go like that. That's better. So, staple and staple. Just two are necessary. It's not very big. Good-o. Oh, those pages are a bit smaller. See, that envelope must be a little bit deeper, or I did smaller pages. Okay, so, or I chopped off more. Now I need to prepare these. So I've got 1, 2. I have some, we can just have some glue paper. So I'm just eyeballing it. Oh, I'll just crease it to there. This is very breakable paper. Might even fold it just a tiny bit. No, I won't, because it's not going to cooperate. Look at that. So brittle. And I think this size will work on most of them. It's a bit thinner, this one. The other one will be really thick. It's okay. We will survive. And we'll put that one there. The crease, and then I'll come back and do my fold. Okay. Nice way to use up your glue pages or anything extra that you might have. Put that there. Now what I'm going to do before I glue anything on is I'm going to choose a writable sort of paper for the reverse side. I have these papers. I have no memory of whose they are, but I think I'll use up these ones. And I'm going to measure. Doesn't have to be exact. So that goes with that one, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue all over my piece. Oh, I've chopped my marking off. Oh, it's slightly longer than that. So that will go with that. I'm going to put glue all over it, so I need to have my backing ready. So this is how big. So if I do about just over 4, and how long? I think that's easier, isn't it? So a bit less than that, because I don't mind seeing that. So that's that one. And then this one, will this fit on there? Yes, it will. That should be about right. And then one more. Good way to use up these, in inverted commas, scraps. Okay, so next job, we need some glue paper. We're going to do some vigorous gluing. Just a minute. I've moved it all over here, out of my way. Just grab, oh no, that's a good one for backing things. Oh my goodness. Not that one. Okay, let me grab my book. I'll just grab some of this paper. I've got that sitting on my stand now. Did I knock you? Oh my goodness, I made you go crooked. There we go. Tap. There you are. How long have you been crooked for? I wonder. Right, so I'm going to take one. Grab one of these. See where does this fit more precisely. So I think it's pretty good on there. So what I want to do is put glue all over this. I probably didn't need to put it all right up to the edge, but anyway, I'm doing that. So I'm going to put that on here, kind of straight, and then open that out. And I need to put some on here, probably in this half, like so. And that is going in here. Now that's a little bit sticky. Just give it a wipe. It should dry. And that's the writable part of it. Okay, and then we've got to decorate that. And I've got glue everywhere. So I'll just move that aside because that's now sticky. And we'll grab another one. Let's see this one. That fits on there. So glue on here. So you could, it's a case of you know, you can prepare these things. And then if you don't finish them all in a session, you can put them in your to be finished drawer. Now I had been gluing on that paper, and it doesn't actually matter which side I've got the gluey side because I'm covering all of it. So we're making, what are we making? We're making from scratch Glassine, I think I've cut that too big, Glassine envelopes with little booklets in them. So now I'm going to have to go round. I'll cover that, but I'll come here and snip. I don't know how I managed that. I thought I measured. Unless I've switched them, I can cover that. That's okay. So that's that one. Next, maybe I'll try putting my glue on here so I don't have it being wider, you know, like glue all around the edges. So maybe we'll embellish one or two. So what I can do is just slide that in there, about there. Stick that down, there we go. And then I just need to put glue on the half of this. That's going to go on there, so like that. Yes. Stick that down, lock it in, make sure everything's glued. Good. And then one more. That's all sticky. Let's fold that over like that. Put glue on here. Now, if you have like a big journal with a nice generous spine or a flexible sort of cover, these can quite nicely go into a pocket if it's a big enough format, the journal. Or otherwise they can go in the loaded bag as an extra. I think our journals with the covers that I've made, I haven't scented that very well, but it doesn't matter, are reasonably flexible. Put that there. And then you can make something nice to go into the pocket that, is that good? That, you know, it looks pretty through the thing. Okay, so that's the writing side, and then this is the embellishing side. So our next job is to simply embellish, and that's all. I'm not putting anything on there. I'll have a, see, I haven't glued that down very well. In this case, I might come in with something like this, just to make sure that it sticks. Or you could get your thin, and probably ideally, I probably should have, you know what I should have done, and I would do in future ones, is use the double-sided tape. So, yeah, just put a pretty journal card in there, and then you don't have to do too much. So I'm going to grab some papers. I'm just going to hop up and turn my big light on because it's getting really dark, because it's the afternoon. So you've got the ring light, but also the yellow light, so it doesn't look too yellow. I think I might use some of this. Oh, let's use that one, so pretty. So, and I don't mind seeing a bit of the book page, so I'm going to cut it a bit smaller. So you do need your cutter, or you can use your ruler. If you can tear straighter than I can, use your ruler. I don't even cut straight, so imagine that. There. And that's going to attach there. We'll do that in a minute. I'm streamlining my process, making choices. Oh, I might do, let's do that. That's really pretty. There and there. And there. So they're similar. Let's choose another paper. I probably could get away with that one as well, but I think, oh, it just so happens that it's perfect, so why not? Under that line there. I might as well use it all up. It looks different to the other ones anyway. So that's those. And then this one, the original one I collaged on. This was actually a collage piece. So like one of these that just so happened to be the right size to put on there. It was one of my collage pieces, but I'm not collaging today. We're just going to use random pieces of paper. Let's use this one. Maybe we'll go over here. I think these are last year's papers. See, I've been gluing on there, so it's sticky. Now, where's my marking? Can't see it. Why can't I see it? No? Oh, it's down here. I'm looking at the wrong end. What a goose. And then I wanted that bit. There's my marking. These are very nice pieces to be able to use for something else. So that's going to go on there. I'll be careful putting this on there so I don't move it. And I need some glue paper. To separate it all before I start gluing, otherwise I'll never get it apart because it will be all sticky. Okay, so let's turn this around that way so I can do 2 before I have to put it aside to dry, so then I can glue on it again. I'm doing Christmas ones because I want to put these in the loaded bag, but of course you can do them botanical, any theme that you like. So we want to, I think I want that to go just over there, just to help reinforce it. Oops, I haven't done a very good job there. Okay, and this, see that there, that's really nice and thick because this was a thick paper to start off with, but here it's crooked. So I am going to trim here, like so. There we go. And what I want to do is just grab this because I can feel some lumpy bumps in there. I love it. It's making me happy. If it makes you happy, you've done a good job, is what I think. Do this. Okay. See, look at that, it's lifting. Oh, that's a blob of glue. Oh my word. So I just want to have it go very slightly over the edge and stick it all down. And I can put something else down there. But I could also trim it. Let's just trim it. I could use my cutter if I weren't lazy. Didn't do too bad a job. There we go. So this is not wanting to stick. So what I'm going to do is put a bit of that and a bit of that, and then I'm going to put a paper clip on there so till it holds. There we go. That's that one. Grab a non-sticky piece of paper. It's interesting, the book page has stuck better to the transparent paper. I'm calling it because oh, this is tracing paper. Yes, it has stuck better. Okay, that's that one. And then do this one. And then move on to our next step. Okay, I think I put enough glue. Okay, and that's that one. So you could have them like totally flush, but I kind of like that they're all different. And then we've got all our little pages in here that things can happen in there. And we've got our pocket at the back. Right, next. Just put those papers away. Keep the scraps for something else. When they're cut, I consider them that they need to go into the more scrappy drawer. But lots of glue pages here. Let's just move all of these over. I'm not using those papers now because we just used them. So I need to use something else. Put them down there. Oh, I did have some stuff pulled out from earlier, but I think I put it away. Here we go. Let's see what's here. Oh, here's a few little bits. Okay, that's my glue paper. This is what I'm looking for too, but let's do some sort of embellishment. Put those aside. Put that aside. Keep Santa. Where's my little scissors? I had those before. Oh, I've got 2 more envelopes here that I made. I'll put those in the to-do drawer. Don't need to do everything. And where are my little scissors? They should be here because I was using them previously. Oh, they're in there. Oh, I wish that tension would go away. Let's see where we'd like to put Santa. Okay, here comes Santa. Probably not there. I could put some book page. Oh, I quite like him there, but let's see here as well. Love him there. Love him. Oh, I love him even more there. So I'm going to put him there. Do I want, my question to myself is, do I want a little bit of old book page? I could have, I don't think I want any more pattern. I don't have any book page in there. Do I have any in here? Not really. No. Not that one. But I could use a bit of this one. I've got quite a bit of this. Let's just see if I would like a little bit of old rag paper without the borders. And yes, I would. It just separates the image from the background, in my opinion. That's what I like about it. Breaks up the pattern. Okay, put Santa on there. Now what you can do, well, I'm not going to do it, but you could even fancy cut your corners there. I'm just going to grab a wet one because honestly the glue is out of control. Like you could punch fancy corners on your papers, but I don't really see the point in doing that unless it was going to be some like a special gift or something. But what I might do is snip these corners, and I'm still going to add something else to it as well, but we'll do find the embellishments for the other ones. I'll snip those corners while I'm at it. Of course, when you open it, you could have a pocket there rather than have, or you could have a little pocket and writing space at the same time. I chose to just have writing space. Oh, you know what else you could do? I don't think I feel like doing one now, do I? But you could have if it were big enough, you could have a window pocket on the front. Did we do those last week or the week before? This is a good one. Oh, I did that on the sample as well. I had done that on not the sample, the one that I had done in the previous years. Put this image on. I'm just grabbing what I can see here so that we don't have to go through the process of me searching. I think I might press my button and lower the blind because it's dark outside and everyone will be staring at me saying, why is she talking to herself? Let's see if we can find a home for this. It's okay there. Okay is not going to cut it. I love it on there. Yep, that's the one. So that's going to go on there. Again, we may have just a little piece of book page. Let's see. Put that there. I might prefer it over there. No, I don't actually want it at all, or do I want it up there? Oh, I like it more up there. So there we go. So I'll glue that first because that's behind. We'll be lucky if I can make 4 quick decisions, won't we? Fold that over, and then I'm going to glue this on. Does it fit just? Hopefully I put enough glue on. Let's get rid of that. Yep, I like it more up there. So let's bring this one back and find something for that. So you could actually separate these ones if you want to, but I'll see how they go double. I like them there. I think I'm going to put them on this one. And let's see if we would like a little bit of this. Yep. It's just another layer. And glue everywhere. Let's see how that's going. Oh, good. Yes, that's stuck. Okay. And then this one. Oh, got to relax a bit. Why don't I trim? I think I might trim her. So that could be made into a journal card, or you can use them separately. Let's see if she fits. So for this project, you can have, if you've got lots of glassine or vellum, whatever, envelopes, you can use those. You can use regular envelopes. You don't have to use the transparent ones. The transparent ones are just nice because then you put a nice little journal card in there and you can see it. Now I may cut her little pedestal off. I'm just going to decide. Very pretty. Oh, she does fit, but I think I want to trim that. I'm going to trim down further because she's a little bit too tall, I think, for it. Itchy nose. That's better. And I'm going to put her there just off to the right, so that way I'm not covering up that flower there, which was my goal. So I just fold this over because it's very sticky. So as I always say, like, you can, maybe there's something in a tag, you know, a printable tag that you might want to cut out and use as an image. So don't always just think of things in the format that you see them. You can always cut them up. It's the same with the papers that I've got collage pages, especially in our first Christmas kits, that you can cut things out to put on as well. You don't just have to have these ephemera sort of packs. So that one's going there. I love that. Right. Now I could decide on this one to have a, no, I don't think so. That's too big. I was thinking I could have a little envelope, a little, what's it called? Label. I think this one is good. I could put a little tab there, but I think this one's good because it's overhanging the pages, so I can easily open it. So I'm going to leave that one. This one is short. Oh no, it's the same. It's the same as, see, it's the same width as that page. So I think I need a tab here. I need some form of tab, and I could use something like this one. And will I punch a whale tail? Why not? Punch a whale tail out of this. Punch it out of anything really, book page. You might punch it out of Florentine paper. I'm just punching it out of this because it's easy and it's colourful. I'm just going to put a tab there so it's easier to lift the cover and separate it from the book page. Okay. Yeah, that's better. That's that one. And then here, I don't think I want so much pattern, but again, it's similar size to that. Like, I don't want that pattern because it's similar to the background. It reminds me of the background, so I need to find something else. What will I use? Oops, sorry. Did I knock you? Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, what about little fabric tab? Let's put the glue on here. A lot of glue and a lot of glue on that side. Actually, let's put glue everywhere. Okay, that's just a stamped piece of vintage cotton. Now, I think I'll put it on here first. I don't want it to stick out too far, like that. That's it, that's going to stick nicely. I'm just going to get the glue off my fingers because it's absolutely bonkers with stickiness. Okay. We've got a nice fabric tab on that one. That lifts up. We've got 6 pages. Yep, 6 pages, 12 page fronts. That's that one, and then this one's good to go. I'm not going to put a tab, or will I put a tab on there? I think this nice colourful tab would be nice on here as well. Because we don't have those colours. I'm just going to cut it at the diagonal like that. And put that. So as I mentioned, you can, your flappy bit here, your attachment on the front could be, it could be that you do a collage page and just cut it out and put one on there like I did on my original. Or you might just use a bit of book page and then, you know, decorate it like we've done. So that's that. Clean my fingers. and we are done. Very simple. Well, few steps to it, isn't it? It's not as simple as I'm saying, but you know what I mean. It wasn't too hard once you know what you're doing. So we have this one, and then of course in the back we have our thing. I don't think I have anything at hand that I could just slide in there to show you. I could chuck those all over there to dry. Put that back in the drawer. Put the scissors up there. Do I have anything small? I don't think so. Something like that. That doesn't fit, but just say you make that card up, and then you'll be able to see it on the other side. I think they're really cute. Not too bulky. Is that one? We made our envelopes. It's all a bit sticky at the moment. And they're all our little pages. And you can go to town and embellish your pages if you want to. We have this one, it's sticking. And lots, a few pages there. And then that. Like you could stick something like that on there if you wanted to put a little embellishment on the outside. I don't want to. I think they're fine how they are. This is my sample. It opens this way. So literally you would just turn your envelope around that way. It opens that way. And there I have put a postcard in. So I will do the same for the other ones. I think I'll make up some of these postcards and slide them in there. You could put some ephemera in or any kind of thing that you want to. You could also embellish these with these little, that would be cute. Like put a little fussy cut. I'll just cut it out and show you. You could have a little fussy cut in one corner. On the envelope, the see-through envelope. We'll just whiz around. So for example, it could go there or there. Make sure it's the right way, yes. Yeah, so you could do something like that. But just bear in mind, when you open it, you'll be able to see the white on the other side, but it doesn't really matter. So there's another thought. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. They are made from scratch envelopes, glassine envelopes, we'll call them, or vellum envelopes. Booklets, little notepads. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.